Let's talk about the PlayStation 5, a true next-gen star in gaming. This console isn't just a step forward, it's a leap into the future, redefining what's possible for gamers everywhere. Since its launch in November 2020, the PS5 has redefined what we expect from home entertainment. The excitement of unboxing a PS5 is matched only by the thrill of powering it on for the first time, as anticipation builds for the adventures ahead. With lightning-fast load times, immersive haptic feedback, and jaw-dropping graphics, it's more than just a console, it's a portal to unforgettable worlds. Every detail, from the vibrant colors to the smooth frame rates, pulls you deeper into the experience. Exclusive games have kept us hooked, from battling dragons to exploring futuristic cities. Titles like Demon's Souls, Ratchet & Clank, Rift Apart, and Returnal showcase the PS5's true power, offering stories and gameplay you can't find anywhere else. The PS5 community is massive, connecting players worldwide through shared victories and epic stories. Whether you're teaming up with friends or meeting new rivals, the sense of connection is stronger than ever. With PlayStation Plus, players get access to a growing library of games and exclusive online features, making the PS5 ecosystem even more rewarding. The DualSense controller is a game changer, letting you feel every moment, from the tension of a bowstring to the rumble of a car engine. Its ergonomic design fits perfectly in your hands, making long gaming sessions comfortable and intuitive. Its adaptive triggers and haptic feedback pull you deeper into the action, making every game feel real. These features aren't just gimmicks, they transform how you interact with your favorite titles. Thanks to its custom SSD, loading screens are nearly a thing of the past. Just jump in and play. You can switch between games and apps in seconds, keeping the action going without interruption. Developers can now create bigger, richer worlds without old hardware limitations. The PS5's power unlocks new creative possibilities, allowing for more dynamic environments and lifelike characters. The PS5 stands as a beacon of innovation, setting a new standard for gaming. Its bold design and advanced technology make it a centerpiece in any setup. It's no wonder millions have made it the centerpiece of their living rooms. The PlayStation 5 isn't just a console, it's the heart of next-gen entertainment, bringing people together and pushing the boundaries of what games can be. Just as everyone was settling in with their PS5s, enjoying the thrill of next-gen gaming and finally getting their hands on consoles that were once impossible to find, something unexpected happened. Sony made a surprising move that sent shockwaves through the gaming community and left fans and industry experts alike scrambling for answers. On August 21, 2025, Sony announced a $50 price increase for every PlayStation 5 model in the US. This wasn't just a minor adjustment, it was a significant jump that caught almost everyone off guard. This isn't what gamers expect years after launch. Usually prices drop, not rise. For many, it felt like the rules of the industry had suddenly changed. The main reason? New U.S. government tariffs on imported electronics, which hit Sony's overseas manufacturing hard. These tariffs were designed to protect domestic industries, but for global companies like Sony, they meant higher costs across the board. These tariffs mean higher costs for Sony, and now, for us. The extra expense is being passed directly to consumers, making the dream of owning a PS5 just a bit further out of reach for many. The gaming community quickly took to social media, voicing frustration and disappointment. Many questioned whether this would set a new precedent for console pricing in the future. The timing is tough. 2025 was supposed to be a big year for gaming, with hopes of a market rebound. Anticipation was high for new releases and a return to normalcy after years of shortages. Instead, the price hike creates a new barrier for families and fans saving up for a PS5. For some, it means waiting even longer or reconsidering their purchase altogether. For many, it feels like a setback after finally seeing consoles back in stock. The excitement of finally being able to buy a PS5 is now mixed with frustration over the higher price. Sony's decision is a business move, but for players it means the best gaming experience just got pricier. It's a reminder that global economics can hit close to home, even in our favorite hobbies. It's a tough pill to swallow for anyone eyeing the next generation. The sense of anticipation is now tinged with uncertainty and disappointment. The excitement is dampened, but the reality is clear. Gaming is about to cost more, and everyone will have to decide if the experience is still worth the price. So, what are the new prices? Here's the breakdown. Whether you're a longtime PlayStation fan or just thinking about jumping in, These changes are going to affect your wallet. Let's take a closer look at what you'll be paying for each model and what that means for gamers everywhere. The standard PS5 with a 4K Blu-ray drive now costs $549.99, up from $499.99. That's a $50 jump, and it's the first major price increase since the console launched. For many, this is a significant change, especially for families or anyone saving up for months to get their hands on the latest PlayStation. If you prefer digital, the PS5 Digital Edition jumps to $499.99, matching the original price of the standard model. This means the entry point for next-gen gaming is now higher, even if you're skipping the disc drive. For digital-only gamers, that's a tough pill to swallow. The PS5 Pro, the powerhouse for hardcore gamers, now sits at $749.99, a $50 increase. This top-tier model is designed for those who want the absolute best performance, but it's now more expensive than ever, pushing the boundaries of what most people expect to pay for a console. This pushes console prices into new territory, with some comparing it to the notoriously expensive 3DO of the 90s. Back then, high prices kept many gamers away, and now, history might be repeating itself as the PS5 lineup enters a similar price bracket. No matter which model you want, you're paying more than last week. For shoppers, this sudden increase can be frustrating, especially if you were just about to make your purchase. The price hike is across the board, reflecting the economic pressures Sony faces. Rising manufacturing costs, inflation, and global supply chain issues are all playing a part in these new prices. For many, this means rethinking when or if they'll buy in. Some might wait for sales or bundles, while others could hold off entirely, hoping prices will drop again in the future. The budget option is now what the premium once was, and the Pro is a serious investment. The gap between models is wider, making the decision even tougher for anyone on the fence. It's a big shift for anyone considering joining the PlayStation ecosystem. The higher prices could change how people think about upgrading or even which console they choose. Gamers now have to weigh their options more carefully than ever. With every model costing more, it's important to consider what features matter most to you and whether now is the right time to buy. Why the sudden price jump? It all comes down to tariffs. The US government has imposed steep new tariffs on imported electronics from countries like China, Japan, Vietnam, and Malaysia, where PS5s are made. These tariffs range from 15% to 30%, adding huge costs to every console shipped to the US. Sony likely absorbed these costs for a while, but now they're passing them on to consumers. It's not just Sony. Laptops, phones, and TVs are all affected. Companies must choose take a profit hit or raise prices. Sony chose the latter. This is a clear example of how global politics and trade policies hit home. For gamers, it's a frustrating reminder that even our hobbies aren't immune to world events. The PS5 price hike shows just how connected our world and our wallets really are. The US isn't alone. This is part of a global trend. Earlier in 2025, Sony raised PS5 prices in Europe, and Microsoft soon followed with Xbox price hikes in key markets. Both giants are facing rising costs for manufacturing, shipping, and materials. Inflation and supply chain issues are pushing tech prices up worldwide. It's not just about consoles. Accessories and other electronics are getting pricier too. The $50 increase in the US is just the latest in a series of global adjustments. Gamers everywhere are feeling the pinch, not just Americans. This is a domino effect. When costs rise in one region, changes ripple across the globe. It's a tough time for tech fans, but it's the reality of today's market. Understanding the bigger picture helps put these price hikes in context. A $50 price hike isn't just a number. It changes how people buy and play. For many, it means waiting longer or looking for deals, and some may even consider switching to a competitor. With consoles costing more, gamers might buy fewer new games or turn to used titles and subscription services like PlayStation Plus. This shift in spending could impact game developers and publishers as players become more selective. The industry was counting on 2025 for growth, but higher prices could slow sales and shake up the market. Analysts will be watching closely to see if demand drops. If fewer people buy PS5s, it could affect everything from game studios to retail stores. Meanwhile, PC and cloud gaming might look more attractive as alternatives. Sony's bold move could reshape the gaming landscape in unexpected ways. Despite rising prices, consoles like the PS5 remain the heart of gaming in 2025. They offer high-end gaming in a simple, plug-and-play package, no complicated PC builds required. Developers love consoles because they know exactly what hardware they're working with, leading to polished, optimized games. Exclusive titles like God of War and Spider-Man are system sellers, driving loyalty and defining each generation. Consoles set the standard for blockbuster experiences and bring people together, whether on the couch or online. Even with price hikes, their cultural impact is undeniable. They're the engines of the gaming industry, powering billion-dollar markets and unforgettable moments. For many, the PS5 is more than a device. It's a gateway to adventure. That's why, even at a higher price, consoles aren't going anywhere. As if price hikes weren't enough, game delays are adding more pressure. The biggest example? Grand Theft Auto 6, now pushed from late 2025 to 2026. GTA 6 is a system seller. Millions would buy a new console just to play it. With the delay, many will hold off on buying a PS5, impacting Sony's sales projections. One major delay can ripple through the entire industry, slowing hardware and software sales. Sony now faces a double challenge: higher prices and fewer must-have games in the near future. The excitement that drives console sales is harder to sustain without blockbuster releases. Other games must now carry the load, raising the stakes for every new launch. It's a risky time to raise prices when the software lineup is in flux. For gamers and companies alike, it's a waiting game. There's a small silver lining. Sony's price hike only affects US consoles. Gamers in Europe, Japan, and elsewhere won't see another increase for now. Even better, prices for PS5 accessories like controllers and headsets remain unchanged worldwide. This helps new owners build their setup without extra costs. Sony's move shows they're targeting the tariff issue, not making a sweeping global change. It's a strategic decision to contain the impact. For US gamers, the core console is pricier, but at least accessories and other regions are spared. In a tough news cycle, that's a bit of relief.